Young Sheldon has brilliant writers, but sometimes they need the cast to make the series even better. How did Ian Armitage's childish behavior improve one of the scenes?
This is not the day to go crazy.
Who got totally carried away beating up one of the co-stars? And how did Annie Potts change Meemaw?
How old are you? And I got my answer.
Sheldon being the child he is. Sure, he often forgets to behave like a kid because of how much smarter he is than everyone else, but it changes in the second season's episode, an 8-bit princess and a flat-tire genius. Because Sheldon finally remembers how to have fun after Meemaw buys a Nintendo video game.
Right behind you, monster!
Sam!
You're losing life points! Do something!
This dynamic scene was scripted for the most part, but Ian got super thrilled while filming and added much of his genuine excitement and emotions. This became his favorite episode of the whole series. "I love acting like a typical kid with my Meemaw," the actor shared. You can see the boy's enthusiasm in the scene, and it's easy to understand this behavior. He's usually busy learning lines, working on set, and promoting the series. So it's no surprise he enjoyed just being a kid once in a while. Of course, it's not the only time Ian had fun on the set. He also got to show off his dancing and singing skills in the episode where Sheldon considers quitting science.
You won't find him hanging around my door.
It wasn't too difficult for the actor, since he adores everything about Broadway, just like his on-screen sister. A brother-sister bond. When casting actors for a new project, everyone hopes they'll have great chemistry together, and sometimes the crew just gets really lucky. The strong bond between Ian and Regan is a perfect example. They often mention in interviews how similar they are in real life. The Missy actress once said they're practically identical, although they're not related. "We have so many things in common. We both love our stuffies, musicals, animals, rocks," Regan shared. Besides, they're both vegetarians and proud of it.
Vegetarians! We get the job done! Wookie 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 wook!
The writers didn't plan this kind of similarity. They just lucked out on finding two actors with such a strong connection.
But we're having the best time ever, right, Ray?
Yeah, it's so much fun. I love it.
And it certainly made Sheldon and Missy more believable as twins, although they couldn't be more different from each other in the series. Eat dirt. Do you remember the episode where Missy broke gender norms and joined the baseball team? She ended up doing really well. But the first game didn't start off great for the girl. It seemed like one boy was intentionally throwing the ball at her. But Missy wouldn't back down. It's part of her nature to protect herself and those she loves, right? So she was ready to start a fight in a moment.
Eat dirt! Eat it!
It turns out the scene didn't go exactly as planned. Regan got a bit carried away while punching the boy because she was having so much fun. "I think it was such a powerful moment. I love how Missy stood up for herself," the actress commented. "She's absolutely right because it looked so cool." And with all the encouragement from Meemaw, it was easy to get carried away.
Hit his ass! Punch him in the nuts!
We just hope the poor boy was okay after filming that scene. Another unscripted moment with the Missy actress wasn't as joyous. Regan's actual anxiety. In season 6, Missy showed her rebellious side. She ran away from home, joined by her friend Paige, who didn't have a good influence on her.
Let's pay and get out of here. Or let's not pay and get out of here.
Missy seemed happy and relaxed at first, but then she got nervous.
Should I speed up? Don't speed up. What are you doing? I don't know.
This wasn't just acting for Regan. Shortly before filming this episode, the actress and her mom were in a car accident on their way to the set. They were hit by a drunk driver, and thankfully no one was hurt. However, for weeks afterward, Regan struggled with panic attacks. They were especially serious when she had to get into a car or saw another vehicle approaching. So the anxiety on Missy's face in that scene was completely real. Luckily, Regan had a lot of support on set, especially from her co-star McKenna Grace, who plays Paige. "If I started to panic, she would pause everything and just help me laugh and just hold me," the Missy actress revealed. Isn't it cool to have such a supportive friend? Now let's talk about another beloved young Sheldon actress. Meemaw's signature style. Did you know that Connie had to look differently according to the initial script? She wasn't supposed to have gray hair. Instead, the writers wanted her to have the same hair color as Mary. It changed thanks to Annie Potts. The Meemaw actress suggested keeping her natural shade. Partly, it was her way to encourage women to accept themselves.
I think it's a moment for all women to be okay with who they are.
The actress understood it from her own experience and wanted others to see it too.
I myself had recently just stopped dyeing my hair because it was like, who am I kidding?
Besides, Annie was sure that the gray hair made Meemaw look more natural. However, the showrunners initially didn't approve of her idea. Since the actress insisted, they eventually compromised, agreeing to see how it would look. Annie had the freedom to create Meemaw as she envisioned her, adding an important inspiration to her image.
Dolly Parton in Steel Magnolias.
Chuck Lorre and the team were finally convinced once they saw everything put together, the hair, makeup, and all. And now we see that this kind of authenticity has become a crucial part of the character. It's hard to imagine Meemaw looking any other way. Interestingly, Annie has another unexpected connection to her on-screen daughter, but we'll talk about it a bit later. Now, let's discuss another scene. Be Cool. Remember the episode where George and Meemaw argued about her secret brisket recipe? It started as something small, but turned into a huge scandal. At one point, the Cooper patriarch even tries to steal the recipe with his eldest son's help. When the family returns home, George and Georgie are in the living room, trying to act normal.
Be cool. I'm cool, you be cool.
But George's attempt to appear as if nothing happened is ruined by his uncooperative chair. Yeah, not very cool. If you think Montana's face looks strange, you're right. He's struggling to keep it straight and barely succeeding. It took about 30 takes to film this scene because the Georgie actor kept giggling. Eventually, the showrunners decided to keep the take where he was on the verge of laughter.
Real cool.
And it actually made the scene funnier and more natural, don't you agree? Now let's talk about the mother-daughter bond in the show. Like mother, like daughter. As a fan, you might already know that Zoe Perry is the daughter of Laurie Metcalf, who played Mary Cooper in The Big Bang Theory.
I definitely never imagined I'd be playing my mother at a younger age.
But you should also know that the showrunners didn't plan this. Zoe even had to audition for the role like everyone else. The writers genuinely liked her acting, and the part was hers. Thus, we ended up with a younger version of Mary Cooper with a similar voice and mannerisms. But there's more. A young Sheldon fan on Reddit found a photo of Annie Potts at 36 years old. Now compare it to Zoe at 35. Don't they look alike? I highly doubt that the casting crew saw those photos while choosing actresses for the roles of Mary and Meemaw. So once again, it was pure luck to find two women who resemble each other so much for the roles of mother and daughter.
Didn't Oscar Wilde say all women become their mother?
It's happening sooner rather than later.
Looks like Zoe is also set to become her on-screen mother in this case. Which unscripted moment surprised you the most? Share in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about Young Sheldon and its cast, watch our other videos on Awesome Movies.